The idea that the main goal of a spiritual journey is to transcend our ego is not only complete bullshit, but it's one of the most damaging things you could ever get from spiritual gurus. If you aim to transcend your ego, you are still in ego. Ego serves a purpose, otherwise nobody would have an ego. If you are watching this video, you, like me, we're having a human experience. Therefore, we need ego. We can't just get rid of it. Labeling ego as a bad parasite that hijacks our mind, perspective, action, something to absolutely banish. It's one of the most detrimental spiritual lies. Back to the basics. What is ego? Because ego is not just being selfish or acting a bit over the top. That's not what ego is. Ego is just the mask, the identity, the armor we decided to wear to cope. If I'm constantly being shamed in my childhood for being expressive, I will dismiss the expressivity in me. That becomes my shadow. We forget about it. And the silent person becomes a part of our identity. The person who never complains. The people pleaser becomes our ego because that part is safe. Everyone would treat that part of us a bit better, you know. Of course, it depends on your experience of life. Ego is the protective friend, the protective ally that was there when nobody else was. Think about it. Ego is what gave us safety, our guarantee of a sense of belonging. Ego allowed us to have connections, our needs met. Whenever ego gets triggered, it's trying to protect us. This doesn't mean ego is always right. Ego is just a limited perspective of our reality. Ego is not the full picture. To have the full picture, you need to talk to the shadow. Shadow, protector, integration. This is parts work. Allowing our ego to choose for us, it's unhealthy, but I think it's way more dysfunctional to just dismiss our ego and judge it constantly. What is the point of me trying to put up a front of transcended, enlightened master? That's a front, that's still ego. Spiritual ego is way worse than normie ego, because you have the knowledge that you need to observe yourself, you are on the path of awakening, you do inner work, but always through the lens of ego. It's another filter. It's spiritual, but it's always ego. If we all accept that we're going to have ego to some degree, as long as we live on this planet, we would just drop all the pressure of becoming enlightened and having to show people that we always live in inner peace. I believe it's way more spiritual to always address your ego, constantly. Being aware, notice when it gets triggered and work with it, not against it. Why is my ego reacting? Detaching, zooming out, having a grounded, higher perspective, and observing the ego. Be curious, not judgmental. If you had no ego, you wouldn't be here. You would already know everything. You would be fully connected to everything. The question I want to leave you with is, why do I want to get rid of my ego? What is the benefit of not having an ego? Why do I want to transcend? If you answer honestly, you will get even more data to use in your spiritual journey. Thanks for watching.